At the heart of Gyeongbokgung was our new stay, a hanok within the palace and presidential residence of Seoul. This was a sharp contrast to the modern Four Points at Sheraton, where we left for something more traditional. The hanok was totally badass, like something out of a martial arts movie. It was spacious with 2 large rooms, a communing area, and a comfy kitchen. It was too large for us, but its novelty had value, and it was such a fantastic deal from Airbnb.
Our host Jeannie was nice, but I feel like she saw us like stupid foreigners. The place was dojo-like. I liked it. It was too awesome for words, and I wanted to live there forever. There was a separate bathrooms and the walls were made from wood and paper.
The surrounding area was awesome. You could feel the ancientness meshing with the modernism, and with just 2 turns of a corner, it was back to stylish Seoul. The hanok was right in the middle of the city. There were plenty of restaurants, and eventually, we got familiar with them. Gyeongbokgung was a nice, laid-back part of town. Despite the hanok, it felt less touristy and more regular folk. It wasn't the fanciest area, but that's the way we liked it. My only complaint was that it was a bit too far from the subway. Our average walks lasted half an hour. The National Museum of Korea was Antonio's idea. He showed the cultural side of him that had a fascination for history. I realized how little I knew about Korea, and this was perhaps the most underrated part of our trip.
I chose the museum because I wanted to learn more about Korea's history. Plus, it was free. My favorite part was the Joseon era, and it was cool seeing all the calligraphy. There was surprisingly a large amount of foreigners, and the museum was well kept and spacious. We kept seeing a kid with a red jacket, and he was running around by himself. Whenever we turned him back, the parents let him run off again. That kid should have taken the fucking hint that he wasn't wanted. We saw lots of cool stuff, the circular coffins, the ancient weaponry, and there was a display of shoved jade inside a corpse's ass. It was to prevent the soul from escaping. The trip was well worth the time. I learned lots of cool shit.
The surprising thing was, Antonio and I had a deep conversation. About life, about people, about the way things were. The museum had a soothing tranquility to it. It made you think of things from past, the present, the future. I liked the place. I liked it more that it was free and let anyone enjoy it. I couldn't remember the last time the US let people visit museums for free. At least, not every day. Hongdae. We were told we would find adventure here, and indeed, the sheer amount of partygoers and urban atmosphere told us we were in the right place. It was where college students and artists mingled, and block after block, we saw hip restaurants, coffee shops, dance clubs, and promises of what Antonio and I were looking for: bars. This was probably the hippest area in Seoul. Everything was pulsing with life, and the intense walking made us hungry. We were craving for Korean barbecue. As luck would have it, we happened to stumble upon some of the best Korean barbecue. I've never had food this good in my life. I wish I knew the name of the place so I could return to it again and again. We ordered at pointing what other people had. The waiter knew no English. Sometimes, the best foods are the ones you blindly order. Our risk was greatly rewarded. As I said, we came to Hongdae because of bars. The internet said there were plenty, and boy, did we see a bunch of them. Most of them had weird names, but the one constant was the word bar on the signs. We had a recommended address for a drinking place, but since we had no GPS, we quickly abandoned finding it and decided to hop to a random bar. The first strange thing was, the bar led to a darkened basement. I thought, maybe it's just really exclusive. It gave an aura of mystery. I walked through the door and a very happy gentleman greeted me. I was alone because Antonio was lagging behind, so the guy took me to a private hall, and the most attractive woman I've ever seen approached me. She was Korean with short pink hair, a police hat, and a G-string. She looked at me like I was the most attractive man on earth. Right away, I knew she was a hooker, because no woman looks at me this way. I quickly turned around and apologized that I had mistaken the place for a bar. Before Antonio even made it in, I whisked and dragged him out. He had no idea what happened.
But even after that, we went to another one of those bars. We didn't learn our lesson, obviously. Louis had thought the first bar was a fluke, but turns out it was the norm. The second place was extremely dingy. It looked typical of a shady dive bar used in the movies. There was neon lighting and bead curtains. Some hooker with fucked up teeth kept bothering us to buy her a drink, but Louis shooed her off. We ended up ordering Guinness from the menu.
Eventually, the buck-tipped hooker stopped badgering us. We drank another round of Guinness, and every now and then, ran to the bathroom to pee. Antonio was buzzed, and I was feeling sleepy. I noticed the owners passed by our doorway, and not so subtly let us know we were taking up precious space. It's not our fault the bars in Korea were prostitution places. We just wanted beer. When we finally decided to go, we were stopped at the exit by the owners. Somehow, for only a couple of Guinness, we were charged an extraordinary rate of $200. I guess they charged us for the hooker anyway. It was a strange night and totally unexpected. I'm glad we didn't stoop so low. Paying someone for sex is the most pathetic thing a man can do. That's what I believe anyway. Our pursuit for a legitimate bar continues.